I will pay each of my daughters $35,000 not to have a wedding. Now, before you come at me, they each know that if they decide to have a wedding, that's totally okay. I will support it. I will pay for the wedding. They won't get a check, but I will pay for the wedding. I will be there, and I will participate fully. They'll have a smaller budget, and we'll make it nice. But if they choose not to have a wedding, they will get a check. And the reason I'm going to do that is because most married couples start off their marriage in debt. And the average cost of a wedding is about $35,000 right now. And to me, that is a huge waste of money. Now, that's my personal opinion. I got to have the big fancy poofy wedding. My husband and I spent the first 5 years of our marriage paying off that wedding debt. And if I could go back and invest that money in a home or the stock market or literally anything else and just have gone to the justice of the peace or had a small backyard family wedding, and then gone on a nice honeymoon and put the rest down on a house, that would have been a better start for us.
I feel like everybody should get rid of this fact in their head of getting married and having this big wedding. My wife and I made one of the smartest decisions. We got married at the Justice of the Peace, and we spent our money on rings and trips and going out and living life together. Weddings are for frauds. Weddings are for people that care about other people's opinion. At the end of the day, the people that you invite to your wedding, you probably will not know them 10, 15, 20 years from now. We all know it's true. The friends that you had when you got married will not be the same friends that you have as when you get older in your marriage. Smart. I would do the same thing for my kids too. I would rather give them a house. I would rather give them properties. I would rather give them stocks. I would rather give them annuities, something that they can continue to make money off of instead of wasting it on one day. I feel like weddings are nothing but a big stress. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody wants to eat, but nobody wants to chip in. I can't stand weddings. It's idiotic to me. Doesn't make no sense to me. My wife, and I knew my wife was the woman that I'm still with to get today after 13 years, is we just did justice of the peace and said we good. Because all that matters is you and your spouse being together. For my kids, I would do the same thing. You don't have to have a big wedding. You do justice of the peace, have an immediate family, and then kick that thing off right. But as she said, a lot of people have money problems and financial problems in their marriage in the beginning because of a wedding. So you're starting your wedding off in debt. It's different if you got a lot of money and you can pay for the wedding in cash. That's a different deal. But I still think that would be a waste of money because it's for people that you don't really even care about. I don't care what you think about me. I think that's what I talked to my wife about tonight. It was just like, I'm really in a point where I don't care what people think about me. If you don't like me, who cares? I don't care what you think about what I'm wearing. I just don't care. I just feel like I just want to be myself, and I'm not trying to put on a show. A lot of people get into weddings and have weddings. It's because you're trying to put on a show. You're trying to show that your relationship is so amazing, you don't have any problems, and we have this big wedding. Only people that are really winning are the people that you're paying for your wedding. It's one day. You're spending all that money for one day. You're going through all that hassle and stress for one day. And you know what? Typically, it never turns out perfect. I would just say go justice of the peace, and then you get you a nice photographer, take you some nice pictures, and go out to eat with your immediate family. That's it. Because the people that you think that are your friends are not your friends. They're really not. They're not going to be there for the long run. They're not going to help you out later on in the future. They're going to disappear. I just think I have a different mode. I'm not saying I don't have friends. I have people that I know. I have acquaintances. I have associates. I have, a couple friends. But I just care about just being with my wife. I would rather, if I'm a parent and my kids come, I would rather pay for the rings or pay for the trips or pay for or a house or investment property or annuities. I would rather do something like that than actually like going into a situation to where we're going to do a wedding and then that's it. We just blew $35,000 in a day. It's stupid. It's idiotic. Everybody falls for these fairy tale dreams and fairy tales of getting these big weddings, but all of this is a big hassle and a big stress. So I definitely know that my wife was the right one when she was like, let's just do justice of the peace. I'm like, cool. I have no problem with that. I have nobody to impress. You know, the marriage and the wedding is all about each other. We getting away, even if you look at social media, people have gotten away from focusing on each other in the marriage. It's about you two. It's about you two becoming one, and that's it. Who cares what people think? Who cares if you're It just it just doesn't make any sense. You're doing this to be fake. You're doing this to put on a show. I'm not nobody's show. Don't watch me. You see what I'm saying? Like I have very like the way I think about things now is just especially being older, but I've been married for 13 years and we got married to justice of the peace. So, and typically people that get married to justice of the peace last longer than the people that have big weddings. Look it up, ChatGPT it. I'm not telling you lies. But as a parent, I have two daughters. Yeah, if you don't want to get a wedding, I wouldn't be mad. All right, we got this bread. Let's put it into an asset to where you guys can have money for the rest of your life. Let's do that. Or you want a house, let's put this money down on the down payment on a house so you guys have a house that you don't have to worry about. It's just that you know, a lot of marriages fail due to financial reasons. And those financial reasons are typically tied to you getting married in the beginning. And then you're getting married and you have to pay this on credit cards and debt. It just doesn't make any sense. As much money as you spend it on an investment property so where you don't have to worry about money. Marriage is hard when you're broke. Marriage is hard when you're not making any money. Marriage is, you know, is a difficult thing when money is always a problem. So as a parent, why would you want to start your kids off on the wrong foot? You just be like, let's just do justice of the peace and let's just put, hey, if I got 50 grand saved or 100 grand saved for you guys, let's put it in an annuity where you'll get 5 to 10% a year. Let's put it in an investment property where you can make money and now you can start your own little business and you can build your empire together. I definitely feel like as a parent, I feel like I'll be completed as a parent when I can just start my kids off better than I started off in the business world. If I can put them a property or if I can give them money to a house where I can set them up early instead of them just working hard, I should be able to have money put aside for them for their wedding, or not for their wedding, but for their investments they want to make with their partner. I just feel like we will have better relationships if we did things together with your partner. If you start a project, if you guys create a business, or if you guys have properties, do it together. But I think the worst thing for a relationship that you can do is start your relationship with debt because of a freaking wedding that lasts for one day.
Would have taken a lot of the pressure off the first few years of our marriage. So I've told my girls our story. I've shared with them the photos of the wedding, what it cost. It was a beautiful day. We had a great wedding, but the cost of it was exorbitant. And so my 4 daughters know my heart on the matter. They know that it's up to them to decide whatever they want to do, that I fully support it. But as their mom, I speak in to their lives. It's me paying for it, so I feel like I do have a voice in it. And yeah, so I don't know. I think we should normalize not having weddings. I think they are a huge waste of money. And it sets new couples up for failure. And yeah, so anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Love ya.
I love this. Like I said, I feel the same way. Weddings are the waste of money. Even if you just got that money and just said, we're going to have a dope honeymoon, nice rings, but at least you're not in debt. Don't ever start your marriage off in debt. Like I said, there's studies, there's stats talking about, you know, the major reason why divorces happen is because of financial reasons, not because of cheating. It's because of money. It's because there's no money and you guys are fighting over money, or you guys put yourself in debt because of a wedding. I would definitely do this for my kids. I would definitely put money up for them and just say, look, I got this much money. I'm willing to, you know, invest in whatever you want to invest in, buy a property, buy a house, put it into annuity. But if you want a wedding, I'm going to pay far less because it's a waste of money. Because it truly is. Everybody gets rich off of you in a wedding, but it's one day. That's it. It's pictures. But I can definitely say, as a person that's been married for 13 years, I don't have the same people around when I was getting married than I do now. It's different people. So you care about people that's not even going to be around your life later on in life. So what's the point of having a wedding? It's a fake dream that Hollywood has pushed amongst people. But I believe, especially now, just the way this world is, just the way how tight money is, I think a lot of people are doing the justice of the peace route. It's better.